Oh, it's an hard job. It's an hard job because it's already quite high.
Yes,
Difficult.
it's a difficult job.
Difficult job. Nothing is impossible. So.
Because you are limited in the D certification. If it's not, you can make like the
But
R11.
not necessarily because of the D certification.
Okay.
Today, the fact we had to go to D certification on the Enzo wasn't too much of a limitation in performance. We haven't lost too much in pure performance compared to what we had on the R11 before.
Okay.
So we are kind of at the top of what the technology can make us design nowadays. But no, it's hard to improve, but it's not impossible to still improve. The certification, the END, is more of a limitation in maybe glider behavior, in pleasure eventually. That's why it's limiting. So for us, at the moment we have one wing in the ENC category, which is a Delta, and the category in itself is one information, but it's not everything. So we've seen the trend of manufacturers designing wings which have high aspect ratio, certified down in the low category, the ENC category. That's not what we're aiming to do for the Delta 2, for example. We think it's aimed at people with are looking for an accessible wing with good performance, and we'll carry on the job we've done in previous designs like the Delta 1. We'll have a slightly higher aspect ratio, but at the moment it's around 6.
Okay.
But also, we think the sticker is not the important information for a glider. What should be the good information is a description from the manufacturer
Of course.
honestly what is the glider for.
Yes, that's.
And it was in the past, and now it's a bit progressing. The pilots start to understand that they don't have to look only on sticker or homologation results, stuff like that.
But the problem is, yes, you are absolutely right. The problem is that the pilots are still looking for the numbers on the papers.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem.
To explain, to educate, saying
Yes.
today the category ABCD is in fact misleading. It's creating confusion in what a wing is really. Before it was simple. We had wings certified in categories. We were not playing on the edge of the category, but it's a box. ENA, ENB or C or D, it's not one small little thing. It's a very wide box. So from this to there, you can have very different wings. This is why when you look for buying a new wing, you shouldn't only look at what category it is. You have to look at other things, other parameters, and what the manufacturer recommends. So this is why, even though today you can see in the ENC category wings with very high aspect and with low aspect, it doesn't mean they're redesigned for the same type of pilots. So this is why we're trying to explain.
Like the B. Like the B category.
Today, yeah, exactly. Like in our range with the Buzz and the Rush, it's the same sticker, but at the same time, it's not designed for the same pilots. And this is why we're explaining this is for this kind of pilot, and this one for another.
Are you aiming also for comfort in the Delta 2?
Yeah, I'd say the design philosophy is very important for us. We really, even though we have to pass a certification, our aim is really to design a wing that is usable. We talk about true performance. A wing we can fly in rough air, and it's usable. It's comfortable, stable. Yes. We don't want to just make a wing design simply to pass a certification. This is why it's a very different approach in the designs. For us, the Delta 1 was along the path of this kind of really stable wing, comfortable, that is
and usable performance.
Usable performance. So we carry on this work for sure.
Okay.
And also solid.
The less chance to get an incident, the better it is. It's not only the safety is not all about measuring when you get a collapse how much it's going. It's also how much chance in turbulence you have to not get a collapse and an incident, and that's very important. We don't judge this, but this is a path we've been working on to try to make it safer.
Okay.
More, sharper handling, more direct feel to get better authority in return. That's it. We've heard the feedback from people, so
Of course.
it's been one of the aims.
The handling of the prototype we have at the moment is the most we haven't seen. I haven't flew before. It's something really interesting.
Wow. So I'm
Absolute
yes.
authority.
I'm preparing myself to test one also. That's for sure. That's for sure. Any release date for Delta 2?
The aim is to finish it this autumn, so we're close to the end of the project.
Then 2013 must.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, we can't guarantee it'll be there tomorrow because until the work is finished, you can't say.
Yes.
But our aim, and looking at where we are in the design work today, hopefully in the next couple of months we finish. So 2013 we'll have Delta 2. Yeah, it's a good question. There is one physical element. Behavior of collapse at speed is physically related to the speed you go. So the faster you go, the more dynamic it will be. So there is a physical limit where, for this category, for what we expect in terms of forgiveness, there is so much we can do. So we could gain a little bit. That we need more more comparison to see.
Yes. So it's much better that you have a limited speed but usable speed. That all the time you're at full bar and you can use it. It's much better than you have an extra 2-3 kilometers and you can use them.
Exactly. This is the concept of our latest designs.
Yes.
We prefer something you can fly on bar without having to control much wing. Where another design weaker, you'll have to step out from the bar.
Yes.
Put input to prevent the collapse, and that's you slow.
Now the question of the century. What can you say about the M4 replacement?
We're aiming to make a new wing for next season. So
we're aiming to call it the Mantra 5.
So the pilot target for this glider?
Mantra 4 pilot. We're aiming to have a wing for them, for the Mantra 4 pilot.
We're in cross-country competition, but don't want an edge, a wing on the edge like the Enzo. So the Enzo, we keep the Enzo in the range as being the wing for the top, people aiming for top performance, and we replace the M4 with the M5. So something that will have more performance, but with hopefully the same accessibility and comfort than the M4.
So I'm curious a bit, and just why the handling of the M4 wasn't as precise as maybe as it should, I don't know, when the R10 was shorter and more direct.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes. The R10 was sharper.
But it's sharper, yeah.
The R10.3 was sharper also.
Yeah, it's sharper. It's different wing loading, that is not the same thing. And it was, it's a different design, different aims. So.
But in terms of turn authority, the R10 was not better.
So what can you say about the handling of the M5? The handling will be...
It's a bit like on the Delta 2, Delta 1 to Delta 2. So since the Delta 1 and the Mantra 4, our designs have changed, we've learned some things, and we're kind of following the same path on the M5 than on the Delta 2. So we've worked on getting, in fact we haven't talked about it, but we probably use the shark profile on Delta 2 and Mantra 5, and that gives the advantage of long brake travel as well as better pressure and feedback in the brakes and good handling.
You mean long brake travel? Do you mean it long but linear and precise?
Yeah, not long as big brake.
We have made a lot of search and prototype with shark nose profile.
Yes.
And the shark nose profile is having a great advantage of being able to go very deep without spinning on the brake. Really, really deep. And we had prototype at first, we were very spin resistant. Cool for that, but having like a vague feeling on the start. And now we're able to combine a very precise feeling on the start with very spin resistance, and that's very good. He liked very much the precision at the start. I like very much spin resistance, and now we
found the compromise.
We can mix both.
Do you think there will be a revolution in glider designs, or it is limited only on materials and certification?
Certification is limiting a lot. That's for sure, because it has been built around an existing design. So it's really, and it's many tests. So it's really limiting the box.
Of course.
And material is limiting, but material can change. Certification maybe can change slower than material.
Good. So, any new plans and gear for 2013, other than Delta 2 and Mantra 4 and Mantra 5?
The new Buzz Z4 coming as well very soon, probably at the same time than the Delta 2.
So it's a low-end V also.
Lower ENB. We would, or with what we have at the moment, we should expect very good improvement in performance. So interesting design with very high accessibility but very high performance potentially. So it's looking quite interesting as well. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's interesting. Video comparison is interesting, and I think you make it okay because you try to give the context. What's important is the context, and we're also doing a lot of glide comparison, and it's really difficult to get a conclusion from one glide, and it's taking a lot.
Of course.
It's a difficult job.
Yeah, your approach of testing is interesting. I like the fact you compare a few wings and you try to give objective results of feeling how you feel, and I think that's very interesting. And on our side, like Luc was saying, we know how hard it is to do comparison, objective comparison, because I would say condition changes, but also harness type, position, even size of body. We've seen, we multiply the days of testing gliding to be able to really measure differences. And in feeling, we just multiply days of testing to be able to say, right, we think the handling exactly, so it's comfortable or not.
Yes.
And so good luck to carry on what you're doing as good as you do, and without getting influenced too much by the politics and all that.
Yeah, what's good also is because you don't look to have some sponsorship or whatever.
No.
We could hope you're kind of independent.
Of course. Thank you very much
It's
for
not the
your
case
time.
for everyone.
Thank you.
No, thank you.